Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again with another mini set card review, and we have the Demon Hunter and Mage cards have all been revealed. We got some quest support, we got some pretty cool big spell stuff, and we got another card that could cost 0 mana if you do something. So I'm gonna get upset, right? Well, you never know. Maybe it's not that good. It's from this mini set. It's probably not that good, right? I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna review these cards. You want to win these cards? We're giving away 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter the giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below. The one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until the mini set launches next Tuesday, I will add another mini set to that giveaway. So hit that sub button. Make me go Baroque. So starting off with Demon Hunter, we have a new 4 mana spell, no spell school, so not Fel in particular. The Horn of Feasting. You summon 3 2/1 raptors with Rush. However, if they have Outcast or it's outcasted, so it's on the left side or right side of your hand, you give them immune while attacking this turn. So clearly, this is a way of trying to help complete our quest, right? You deal in increments of 2, which is really solid, right? And if it's got immune, they're probably gonna hit even more after that, although it doesn't count on your opponent's turn unless the quest is completed, then it does work. But for 4 mana, getting 3 2/1 raptors without like immune or anything is pretty mediocre. Like that's almost a 3 mana effect, but it's above 4. I mean, I think of this was like when Demon Hunter launched, they had the 3 mana card, you got the 3 1/1s with Rush, period, right? This is for 1 more mana, you get +1 attack on all of them, and it can have immune. So power creep has done a lot since that set came out. Plus that card wasn't good back then, although in my initial, if you look back at my channel, I was sold on token DH at launch. I thought it was gonna be busted, not the aggro DH. Yeah, that card never really saw a ton of play. This is, to me, purely a quest card. Will it help elevate the quest to be good enough? Then maybe it'll see some play. If not, I just don't see this slotting into any other Demon Hunter deck right now. Even like the big like cliff dive stuff where you don't really want to run minions, so something like this might be able to help out. I feel like it's not consistent enough where I feel like you really want the outcast, where that might not work out nearly as well. So yeah, to me, it's purely a quest support card. I'm not completely sold on it really elevating that quest enough. It's pretty far off right now, and I mean, this helps, right? This definitely helps get it done, but it's pretty expensive, not super impactful, and after the quest is done itself, it's a nice little board control tool, but it doesn't prevent or present any real extra lethality, right? They just have Rush. So again, I feel like we're giving a lot of 2s this review season, but I'm gonna give it a 2. I don't think it's irredeemable. I think it has some validity. It might be able to help the quest out. I just don't know if it'll be enough. And again, I don't see it seeing play in other decks. So we'll give it a 2 in standard. And you know the deal for Wild. It's a 1, it's too slow. By this point in Wild, your opponent needs to be near dead, or you're completing your like quest line stuff and killing your opponent that way. So yeah, it's a 1 for me in Wild. Next we have the Skittish Saucier, rather saucy card here. 3 mana 4/2, minion, no tribe on it. Battle Cry, reduce the cost of adjacent cards in your hand by 1. So it's almost like a 1 mana card, right? You play it, whatever cards are beside it, they'll get -1 mana. You can almost set up like some kind of combo, can help your curve out, cheat things out a bit, but it is a 3 mana 4/2. Like that's terrible. Dies to basically everything, doesn't do anything immediately on the board, and you can't really reliably, position your hand to be a point where you can play stuff out that well. Might work with like the sus cards, right? Like the whole like add those 4/4s and maybe discount some stuff around that and get them out, or maybe some weird combo, get Cliff Dive back to 6 mana, but then to play Skittish Saucier in my Cliff Dive deck, so that seems pretty bad. I don't know where this goes into. I don't like to underrate mana cheat ever, but it's not the most impressive mana cheat card in the world. And it's like, this is on the left side of your hand, you're only gonna get 1 mana cheat on it, right? If you have it on the left side, that really sucks. Then playing a 3 mana 4/2 to cheat 1 mana, that's it. So I'm gonna give this a 1. I don't see where it's going. I don't see what it's doing. And I just don't think it's consistent enough to be like a meta player in any deck. I just don't see where we're going with this one. So I'll give it a 1 in standard, a 1 in wild, despite the fact it's just guaranteed mana cheat. I hope I don't regret that one, because I could easily see me being wrong, because mana cheat good, but I'm not sold on this really doing much of anything in the current game. Nor do I think the Diabolus Rex will see much play. It is a 6 mana, 6/5. Ugh, that's again Greyming in stats. Demon Beast with Kindred. So this card will only ever do anything if you have played a demon or a beast in the prior turn, where you deal 6 damage to your opponent's left and rightmost minions. So nice little board control tool, I guess. But like if it's like just a token deck, they don't care. I guess if there's just 1 minion on the board, it will deal 12, which is kind of nice, but what Demon Hunter deck is playing this? What Demon Hunter deck wants this? What Demon Hunter deck will even contemplate using this card right now, right? It's purely just a card that'll get discovered in a window shopper, or you'll get off kill jaded, right? This is not a ladder card. There's no deck that has any reason to run this at all that I can think of. Not the quest, nothing. I don't see it. I don't know what the point of it is. Maybe in a future expansion, this card will be a diabolical menace on the ladder. But yeah, I'm going back to back 1 out of 5s in standard and wild. I don't know what this card is supposed to do. In arena, it's okay, not bad. But again, it's also a card your opponent can play around too, right? Just position all the good stuff in the middle if you can, and then the crappy stuff on the sides. Like, it's even a card your opponent can basically manipulate too, which hurts it even more. So we got one maybe okay Demon Hunter card. I don't think I gave a playable mark to any of them, so not amazing. However, maybe Mage can do better, starting with, I believe people will love the name of this card, the Techie Source, but it's not a tech card. It's a 7 mana 3/6 beast. It has Taunt, and I don't know, is this the first ever Mage Taunt minion? It might be. I'm trying to think of a Mage minion. There are spells that generate taunts, but a Mage minion that has Taunt. I'm gonna look this up after I record this. I might be the first ever Mage Taunt minion. Again, I'm probably wrong, but it could be. Anyways, it has Taunt, like I said, and it costs 1 less for each card you played this game that didn't start in your deck. So Wild Quest Mage, you could play this on turn 2, 3. Well, I guess if Apprentice was unnerfed, it could be a card you can really cheat out fast. And can you imagine in Wild as well? I know I'm not talking about Standard, but Wild with like this and Conjurer's Calling, you could get this out pretty quick and do some gross stuff, right? A card similar to this was like the Mana Giant, I believe, for Mage as well. That was a bit more expensive, was an 8/8. It didn't have Taunt, and that card was pretty good too. So if you have a deck that's creating a lot of cards that didn't start in your deck, you know, like Quest Mage, for example, that could be really good, really solid. Although the best Quest Mages out there right now, they don't want to play any minions, right? You know, and you might not want to throw this in there, but this could also just help out the more minion-based quest decks or discover decks and all of that. So it's got a shot, and it's cost 1 less for each card. It doesn't have to be a spell like the old Mage Quest. It could be any card. And if you got the coin at the beginning, this is already 6 mana. I'll give it a 3. I don't think it slots in immediately to like a Quest Mage deck, Discover Mage deck, but it can go to 0. It's also defensive, which is really nice. So you never know with a card like this. So I'll give it a 3. I think it's got a shot to see some play. In Wild, it's close, but more like a 2. Like that Giant I mentioned doesn't even see play in Wild. So this probably wouldn't have much of a shot of happening. But it's certainly a card that has a chance, unlike most of those Death Knight cards, or Demon Hunter cards, sorry, for at least what I think. Next, we have a new spell for Mage, the Tribute Dance. No spell school in this, it's 5 mana. You choose a minion, so any minion on the board. You then choose a different minion to transform it into. So I could play, as an example again, a Wisp on the board. My opponent has a giant 9/9 minion we saw earlier, right? On the board, and I could turn that minion into a Wisp, or I could turn my Wisp into that giant minion. Although that's a horrible example because it has elusive, but regardless, I think you know what I mean, right? So this is a way of like, you know, either, you know, neutering a minion on the board, making it something bad, or giving yourself something good to work against your opponent. It's very clunky. It's very expensive. It's very situational. it's a pretty cool card. I just, again, no idea what you're playing this in, but I like the design. It's kind of interesting and all that. So who knows? I'll give it a 2. It's probably a 1. And in Wild, I'll give it a 1 because, again, it's so situational. Although you could copy like a Titan up, which could be pretty good. Get like an Eonar or an Amanthul, which are definitely meta in Wild. Turn one of your minions into that could be really nice. So there's some validity kind of, but at the end of the day, probably a bit too clunky of a card. And lastly, we just have a really cool mask card for Mage. 4 mana spell, again, no spell school on it. You set a minion's stats to a 1/1 and give it Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to all minions. So you're gonna turn something into an explosive sheep, which is just a really kind of cool, you know, old school card. You don't transform it into that. It just replicates the effect. So you can't use this to like polymorph or, you know, actually change the card. Although I will mention Tribute Dance, the card we just looked at, can be used to get rid of a big starship or transform a wilted shadow, right? It can be a very expensive pseudo polymorph type of option, just as another reason why that card might have a chance at standard. Regardless of this, yeah, it's a cool throwback to the explosive sheep, and it's pretty expensive for what it does. But you can even just slap this as to, like, you know, neutralize a big minion, and then they have this annoying minion on the board that might nuke their other stuff, or you can just ping it and, you know, do that for 6 mana, and maybe it's like an AoE itself. So again, I don't know if you're hard running this. It's a very situational card, but it could go into even like a Spell Mage, which does like to have more defensive options, and this can certainly be that. Again, I don't think it's irredeemable. It's a weird one. I love the design. I love the flavor. I just don't know, will it see constructed play? But I could see it going to like Quest Discover Mage as a removal option. I'm on the fence between a 2 and a 3, and I'm gonna go towards a 2 and a 5 again in Standard, a 1 in Wild where we just have Explosive Sheep, although I think this might be just better than that overall. And like, when's the last time you saw Explosive Sheep in Wild? It just doesn't happen. So we'll give it a 1 there, but some really cool cards. Just again, not super convinced of their playability in the current Standard game. I feel like we're gonna be saying that a lot this mini set reveal, but that's the reality of it. If they're wanting to lower power level, but not wanting to nerf old cards, it's kind of hard for new cards to really thrive, but maybe we'll be wrong. Who knows? Plus, we got a lot more cards to review, including another one later today, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friend.